Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to end the videos. The paid request this time for Bronson. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reviews, commentaries, video game playthroughs, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the film This Is the End from 2013. Now, despite my issues with people like Seth Rogen for making such an abomination like Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which I know he didn't direct the film, but he was a big old hands-on producer like Michael Bay was for the 2014 Ninja Turtles. So, now that you fought with the Turtles, you're fucking with me, and I fought against you. So, forever, like Michael Bay, part of me will say fuck Seth Rogen, just like I say fuck Michael Bay, but at the same time, Michael Bay, I still enjoy Bad Boys 1 and 2, I still enjoy The Rock, I still enjoy The Island. Same with Seth Rogen, even though I say fuck Seth Rogen, I still like the first Neighbors film. I still like the movie Observer Report. And I still like this movie, just like I like the Pineapple Express. I still thought this was a fun film. So, there you go. For people say I can't separate the art and the artist, that's a way of me being able to do that. I feel like this. I still thought this film was entertaining. I thought it was entertaining when I first saw it back in 2013. Still thought it was now. Now, a lot of these people are playing a fictionalized version of themselves. Whether it be Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, who people may remember, he's the main voice. He's the voice of the main character in How to Train Your Dragon. He's been in other films as well. In this movie, they are very much close friends. Jay comes in to visit him in LA, but he doesn't like LA. Seth's like, hey, come on, let's go to this party. It was James Franco's party. Jay doesn't want to, but Seth's like, come on, I won't ditch you, we'll hang out there. So they go there, and in the party, you have a lot of familiar faces. Of course, like I said, you got James Franco, who him and Seth Rogen were in a lot of movies. The Interview, Pineapple Express, among others. I know there's some stuff with James Franco and women. I don't know the full details of it, so I can't say anything about it because I don't know. But did I like James Franco as an actor? Yes. I liked him in 127 Hours. I really liked him in that movie. The Disaster Artist I liked. Pineapple Express, I thought he stole the show. I even liked him in Your Highness. I think that's a fun movie. I know he doesn't like it, but I like that movie. And I thought James Franco was good in this. Also at the party, you got Jonah Hill, you got Michael Cera, you have, I forget his name, but McLovin, he's in it. And there's even the scene with the three of them chatting with each other. You got, what else you have? You have Craig Robinson, who's been in quite a few films, Hot Tub Time Machine, among others. You have, later on, you find out Danny McBride is there. Who Danny McBride, he was on the TV show Eastbound and Down. He was the star of Your Highness with James Franco. He's like the only decent thing in Alien Covenant. It's been a lot of stuff. He helped write those new Halloween films, which were awful in my opinion. Let's see who else you have. Kevin Hart is at the party. I forgot the singer, her name, damn it. But I believe Emma Watson. The girl is Hermione in Harry Potter, she's there. So a lot of familiar faces playing, again, fictionalized versions of themselves. Like Michael Cera is playing a very coked up asshole wanting to flirt with women, slap women's asses and such. Jonah Hill is playing this guy who's trying to be like everybody's best friend, even though Jay Baruchel doesn't like him, but he's like, oh, everything's fine, as if he's everybody's buddy and pal. James Franco, like he's almost like wants to be Jonah Hill's brother, and I mean not Jonah, to be Seth Rogen's brother, be so protective of him. Look, we got the paintings up, be James Franco and you Seth Rogen, Anyway, they're enjoying the party. Jay Baruchel and Seth Rogen go off to a local grocery store. They're arguing about, their different lifestyles. This earthquake happens in LA, and it's the apocalypse. You see these big beams of light thrusted people up into the heavens, while a bunch of fire and brimstones erupting from the ground. They get back to the party. People don't believe in it. Then shit goes up creek really fast. The floor opens up. The ground opens up. Quite a few of them fall into their despair and death. So I guess if you want to see Michael Cera get impaled, you want to see Kevin Hart fall to his death screaming, this is the movie for you, I guess. So pretty much all that's left in the house is Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Jonah Hill, Craig Robinson, and James Franco. And then when they go to sleep, you realize that Danny McBride is upstairs. He was sleeping in the bathtub. He wakes up. He doesn't know what's going on, so he's cooking all the food. What the hell are you doing? And so it's pretty much the six of them trying to figure out what to do with this apocalypse. And for the most part, stay in this house and all the things that go on from there. Now, does every joke work? No, but I did like the idea of these guys taking the piss out of themselves. It was fun to see all these actors together. Some of them have worked, pretty much all of them, or almost all of them have worked with each other in some type of capacity. Because like Seth Rogen had a cameo, and I think he helped produce or write Superbad. Dan McBride starred with James Franco in Your Highness. Again, of course, Franco and Seth Rogen's been in a lot of stuff. I thought each person played their part very well. And throughout the film, there are times the movie just made me chuckle, and that's kind of what you want out of comedy. How else do I put it? James Franco and some of the ways he says certain lines of dialogue, like, hey, this house is a piece of me. You two, you guys just stepped inside of me. Without realizing what he's saying. And certain line delivery I thought was rather funny. Now, some of the CGI is not the best. Whether you say that was best at the time, I don't know. But especially now that it's 10 years later, whether it be some helicopter debris shooting through the house, or some of the creatures that come about. Like there's a bit where this creature is chasing Jay Baruchel and Craig Robinson through this house. Yeah, it might not be the best CG, but there's some pretty decent practical moments as well, which I'll get to. In particular, this fire gag that you see a real person on fire, and for a very extensive time. Pretty noteworthy stunt, in my opinion. The helicopter bit did create a very funny moment where the debris comes through and Craig he barely gets out of the way. It's like, damn it. And he gets a cut on his finger. And he's like, fuck your house, Franco. Say, fuck your house. And he's like, my house didn't do that. And you tell because a lot of these people, because I don't know if Craig Robinson had worked with these guys before. And Jay Baruchel, maybe Freaks and Deets? I can't remember if Jay Baruchel has. He might have. But they had a good chemistry with each other. And that was showcased, I thought, fairly well in this movie. Whether it be the little nods to the previous films. For example, Seth Rogen's reading the list of what they have, including some of the props James Franco has. After you had the camera from 27 hours, and Frank was like, 127. Oh, 127 hours. Or Dan McBride's wasting the food, and is like, what? I'm sure the Green Goblin can afford some bacon. Come on, guys. Or when Dan McBride's making fun of Jonah Hill, thinking that he's just acting and faking, he's like, come on, man. You were nominated for an Academy Award. You need to stretch that word. Fatalities. Jonah Hill's like, there's fatalities. Well, I'm doing a bad job invoking it, but I thought they did a good job. And whether it be like them getting together to figure out what to do, so they like make a mini, like a homemade sequel to Pineapple Express 2 with what little they have. I thought that was kind of entertaining. Whether it be because the scene where Emma Watson comes in and Jay stupidly brings something up, so she overhears it, gets pissed. They don't know, we're not thinking of it. So she takes her stuff, and then it cuts to Dan McBride saying the line, Hermione just stole all of our shit. Like the way he said that, and Dan McBride plays a good asshole. Like he's like the villain of the group. He did a good job in voting that. And as much as this type of dialogue doesn't really usually make me laugh, the way Dan McBride and James Franco played off each other, their delivery is what made me laugh. When there's a bit where James Franco's like, God damn it, McBride, what are you doing in my magazine? Okay? What? Usually when you jerk off, guess what? Something comes out, Franco. Well, you ever heard of a fucking tissue, man? You ever heard of a fucking cup? No, I grew up with sisters, you know. And then they keep arguing more and more. It's like, God damn it, Brian, I don't want you dick out here anymore. I don't want you coming anywhere. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to come over. I'll fucking come on your walls. I'll fucking come on your ceiling. I'll fucking come on your floor. I'll come wherever you want to jack it. No, you don't, man. You don't jack your areas. It's the idea, the way they're expressing. It's not the words, but the way they're expressing it. And, like, the more, they just genuine piss they're getting at each other as it keeps rising more and more. And Frank was like, yeah, you know what? I'll fucking come. I'll run you like a fucking man. Right over you, McBride. Like I said, like the type of dialogue is like, okay, it's very juvenile, but it's the way they're expressing it and the way they're saying it that made me laugh. I thought it was rather funny. Other moments, like they need to go get some supplies from a basement. They gotta get through this door. So they put a rope around Craig Robinson. Craig's like, you gotta pull me back. But Bryce says, we'll try, man, but you're pretty heavy. Craig's like, what the fuck do you mean? I mean, it's just not smart to make any guarantees, that's all. So I like Danny McBride. I've grown to like as years go on, where he did, like, I actually liked him in Land of the Lost. I did like him in Your Highness. Yes, I'm one of those people that enjoyed that movie. I liked him in this. Again, he was the only good thing in Alien Covenant. One of the only good things. I just like the way he says, like, we'll try, man, but you're pretty heavy. Like, he's not being a dick, he's just being matter of fact in that moment. I'm trying to, like, there's not really a whole lot that I got really that mad or angry about with this movie. Like I said, I would say some of the effects, they really don't hold up the best. Like, some of the wide shots of showing LA on fire, or again, there's a bit where Jay Baruchel and Troy Robinson are in another house, and there's creatures coming in, going through the walls. Fairly heavily CGI of 2013 standards. But I did like the bit where Jonah Hill gets possessed. Spoilers. I thought that was an entertaining bit. And it leads to a fire gag that was pretty solid and stunt work. It really did like they had put this person, the stumpers, on fire, and there's this wide shot where Franco and Seth Rogen going down the stairs. As they're going down the stairs here, to like the right of the screen, on the balcony, there's the person on fire, and he jumps off the balcony and lands down. Like, again, pretty good stunt work on that. Gotta give credit to it. And then they find out, more and more about the apocalypse and what's going on and what maybe they have to do to get out of the situation and things of that nature. Trey Robinson, just spoilers. Trey Robinson self-sacrificed himself, but by doing so, he's able to get the worth of heaven. He goes up. The last remaining few see that now Dan McBride is a villain. He's got Channing Tatum as a dog. Which, I mean, of course, you got Jonah Hill. Why not get Channing Tatum? The two stars of 21 Jump Street. James Franco, he also does a self-sacrifice, but he gloats too much. And in a weird way, obviously it wasn't his original intention. But it's weird to watch this again where you kind of... Like James Franco, you can see almost like... Okay, if this was made after the James Franco allegations, I don't know if it's true. What happened, I don't know. Someone could have a whole field day of the subtext of this guy who's descending to heaven, but he does something bad, and now he's descended to hell. And not only this, he's eaten alive. He's eaten alive by the group. He's eaten alive by the mass majority. While on the flip side, Seth Rogen, he, along with Jay Baruchel, he descends to heaven and gets all the perks for it. Which, I mean, you think about, what's James Franco doing nowadays? While on the flip side, Seth Rogen, whether I want to say about him, helped produce Ninja Turtles Mayhem that was successful enough that apparently the toy sales were successful, which was the main intention of that film. And now it's going to get a TV show, maybe a sequel, probably with more involvement with Seth Rogen. And, who's rising up and who's down on the bottom. So it's weird how that worked out. Again, if this was made after that, people would say it was done on purpose, but just weird how it came about that way. I do like the usage of I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, which of course later on we would see that used on the trailer for the Hitman's Bodyguard with Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson. I like that song anyway. It's my favorite Whitney Houston song. Of course, originated in the Kevin Costner film The Bodyguard. But it fits, and it fits with the scene, and then you have heaven, and seems like a sweet place to be. And of course, you got the Backstreet Boys. Everybody, Backstreet's back, all right. Rock your body. Which I will admit, I don't mind the song. Maybe because I grew up with that era, and it's a catchy song. It's not like a song, the stuff I listen to all the time, but those bands, there were songs that were catchy, whether it be NSYNC or Backstreet, or even before that, New Kids on the Block. Oh. That'd be funny if they got New Kids on the Block. That would have been even funnier, I think. What the fuck? New Kids on the Block? The right stuff. But here we got Backstreet Boys. Maybe it would have been nice to see other celebrities, other cameos in there. Maybe it was a bit too quick to kill a lot of the people off during the party. Maybe if there was more in the house, and then as the movie went on, those numbers dwindled more and more because of various hygiene, crazy stuff that happened. Some try to leave and they got killed, or some other things happen, so they stick in the house. Maybe at one point there's a battle that erupts, and these celebrities are villains, and then these are, not, and they have to fight it off. Maybe a little bit more of that. Maybe the CGI was a bit tweaked more in certain places, but overall, I still thought this was a fun movie. I still was entertained by it. And trying to think what other movies I could compare this to. Well, just because the title is kind of similar, The World's End, Simon Pegg, not Nick Frost. I like this film more than The World's End. I liked this film more. I liked the cast, as in I thought they did a good job in this, and I got some laughs, some chuckles out of it. Not all the jokes work. I mean, there's the when Jonah Hill's ready to get raped by a demon, and of course you see the silhouette and you see a dick this big in silhouette. I just to really showcase, what's coming. Or Craig Robinson, like they do these interviews in camera, and Craig Robinson has a bit where tasted it by pee, and you know what? Wasn't too bad. It's like, it's not okay. Maybe it makes some people laugh, just wasn't for me. But overall, it was nice to revisit this again. I still thought it was a fun film. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.